And Bill Elliott, our pole sitter, is coming down pit road.
An unscheduled pit stop for him.
He was running in 5th spot, but on the 70th lap, he comes in. Jerry Punch, he's headed toward you.
Indeed, an unexpected stop. Now, many of the leaders were talking about pitting in about 15 laps. There's a lot of concern here about tire wear. They are very nervous about what happened to Michael Wallace just before. Now, Elliott's crew changed.
And there's a car in the wall, Jerry. Looks like hard turn 2. Mike Wallace is in the wall. Bad timing for Bill Elliott's pit stop because the caution is out.
Mike Wallace's car slides to the bottom of the racetrack into the grassy area in turn number 2 after making contact with the outside wall in turn 1. There's the Alka-Seltzer Pontiac driven by Mike Wallace. You can see the damage to the right side of that car and the right front. And it is an unlucky break for Bill Elliott, who was caught in the pits during this crash. So our second caution flag of the afternoon comes out here at Atlanta. We'll take a break and be back with more of the Hardee's 500.
To be the
on the left side of that car, Davey Allison heads off of pit road. So does Ernie Irvin, and Mark Martin just beats Ernie Irvin off of pit road.
And Dale Earnhardt comes out in 4th, so he picked up 3 or 4 spots on that exchange of pit stop.
The track crew is in turn number 1, cleaning up the debris caused by the Michael Wallace crash.
We saw Michael Wallace's car earlier. He backed to the fence up in turn 3. It looked like Mike Wallace's car just went head on in the fence when he had lost a right front tire.
Jerry Punch was talking that maybe there's some people a little bit nervous because of what happened to Michael Waltrip and now to Mike Wallace if he had a tire problem going into that turn. We saw Bill Elliott come into the pits for that unscheduled stop a little bit earlier than we thought it would be. And I'm sure, Benny, that they were a little concerned about tires, maybe because of what happened yesterday.
Yes, if you watched the ARCA race yesterday afternoon, that's what happened to Bill Parsons, was that both tires were blistered. And he blew a right front tire and hit the wall hard after turn 3 and wiped out one of Harry Mellon's cars. So I'm sure they were concerned about, showed some concern about bringing Bill Elliott in for early. As we see Randy LaJoy in.
He's had a contact with something because that hood is bent.
Yeah, we understand he made a contact with the wall out there somewhere.
Well, let's get an update on this tire situation from Dr. Punch.
Well, I'm here in the Bill Elliott pit, and a lot of people very interested, including Phil Parsons, that we talked about a minute ago, who ran a great job, did a great job in the ARCA race yesterday, watching what's going on here in this pit. Now, Elliott came in, made the unscheduled top. Here's the right rear tire. We thought it may have been blistered, but actually the tire was cut. There's a small puncture that he circled and marked here, and certainly a lot of people here, at least now, breathing a sigh of relief that it was not a worn tire, thanks to the Goodyear people, but it was a cut tire going down and made that Elliott pit stop a very untimely one for him. Back upstairs.
All right, Bill Elliott back on the track, and the field is being reformed for the resumption of the Hardee's 500 here in Atlanta with 75 laps gone. We'll be right back. Condominiums are built. Now, as far as the square footage, they range from 1,174 to 2,067 square feet in these condominiums, and that's what it will look like in a few years. And boy, we can't wait to see the great facelifting when that is complete. That's where it's going to be, just off of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Darrell Waltrip has come into the pits another time. They're working there on the right front of the car, looks like.
Yeah, they're putting some tape on there. I think maybe a piece of sheet metal came loose or something, but they're picking up the spoiler a little bit, and maybe to give a little downforce back there. I don't think he moved it very much. Now they send him back on his way.
Waltrip moving back out onto the racetrack. We are under a caution because of a crash over in turn number 1 involving Mike Wallace. We'll have more of our live coverage after these messages. Stay with us.